Hey guys, I'm Rich from NeoWin, and today we're unboxing the Lenovo ThinkPad E490. So this is a product that I didn't know exists. I've never actually heard of the E series, at least I don't think I have. There's quite a few. If you follow Lenovo ThinkPads, as most of you know that I do, which is why I'm kind of surprised to see one that I haven't heard of. We've got the X series, the L series, the T series, and I reviewed all of them. I even went into NeoWin. I looked for a ThinkPad E tag, and I didn't find one. So this is aimed at small businesses, and really it's about bringing those ThinkPad features at a lower price, which is a great keyboard, the track point, fingerprint sensor, all that good stuff. So this actually starts at $577, which is a great price for a ThinkPad. So the full price is more than that, but Lenovo's website, man, there's just all kinds of deals. I have never seen them selling ThinkPads or any of their PCs at the full price. Actually, and sometimes they change up the deals. There's instant savings, and then there's a coupon code, which it actually just tells you the coupon code to put in. And they actually changed it up when I did a review and I submitted it, and then the next day everybody's like, "Your prices are wrong." So yeah. So anyway, starts at 577 at the current prices. And this model is actually 877. So that base model comes with an HD display. This is full HD. That base model comes with a Core i3. This comes with a Core i7. So we also got 8 gigs of RAM in here and 256 gig SSD. So that base model actually comes with a 500 gigabyte hard disk drive. So this is actually the solid state drive, and you can spec it out too. The main hard drive is going to be an HDD, and then you could add a secondary SSD. So if you just want the SSD, you just select no main hard drive, which is what was sent to me. So very smooth top here. This is a 14-inch laptop, by the way. So that's where the 490 comes in. For all of Lenovo's ThinkPads, 4 means 14-inch. If it was a 590, it would be a 15-inch. 390 is 13-inch. You get it. The 90 is this particular generation that we're on. We have a charger here. USB Type-C, as you would expect, as all this current generation of ThinkPads has. Okay, that's all that's in the box. All right, so let's take a look at the device. So this is covered in aluminum. The top part is aluminum, the bottom is plastic. It's a little heavy. It weighs in at 3.87 pounds, so this is not a slim and light device. It's 0.78 inches thick, and we can see just how thick this is. Again, it's under $1,000, and you're getting what you would want from a ThinkPad, but saving a little bit of money. So, like, obviously, it's not an X1. It doesn't have those X1 features. It's just, it's more about providing those things to a lower price point. So it's also durable, which means that it's got about a dozen mil STD 810G. I still don't know how to say it out loud. That's what happens when you read things online. But a dozen tests, which means it's shockproof, sandproof, or resistant, dust resistant, can handle extreme temperatures, humidity, all that good stuff. So it's a very durable machine, like all ThinkPads are, and that's one of those features that you're buying into. Okay, so I just booted this thing up. Forget everything I just told you about pricing, because this is not the model that the spec sheet says that it is. So I'm looking at this. We actually have a Core i5 instead of a Core i7. That's the Core i5 8265U. The spec sheet that they sent me said i7 8565U. But that's fine. 8 gigs of RAM, and it also has that 500 gigabyte HDD that's in the base model. I don't believe that this is the base model. It's like I said, the base model should come with a Core i3. This also has the full HD display rather than the WXGA, which is commonly referred to as HD. It's 1366 by 768. So yeah, that's the model that I've got here, which is fine for the most part. I haven't used a machine without an SSD in a while, but that's okay. Yeah, so 1080p matte display. There's no touch, which is not something I would expect. It's a clamshell. Like all ThinkPad clamshells, has a 180-degree hinge. As we can see, we have a pair of USB Type-A ports on the side here, along with HDMI and USB Type-C, and a 3.5mm combo audio jack. So these two USB Type-A ports are USB 3.1 Gen 1, which is 5 gigabits per second. The HDMI is 1.4, and but the USB Type-C port is USB 3.1 Gen 2, which is 10 gigabits per second. So on the other side over here, we have another Type-A port, but that's actually USB 2.0, which is, that's one of those things like, I'd rather not have that port there. I'd rather just have the two that are over here. But okay, we've got the extra port. We have room for a micro SD card over here, and we also have a full-size Ethernet port, which is nice. I hate that USB 2.0 port though. it's bugging me. No Thunderbolt 3. This is also the first ThinkPad I've seen from this generation, probably the last generation as well, that doesn't have two Type-C ports over here. Last generation was all about mechanical docking, and that's something that they've been adding, and that's why they have those two USB-C ports. There's usually one, and then next to it there's another that has that extra mechanical docking area. So that is not on here. So if you were interested in the newest line of ThinkPads, and it's for mechanical docking, this is not the one for you. That's not one of the ThinkPad features that you're looking at here. Another feature, one of the key features with any ThinkPad is the keyboard. They have the best keyboards on the market. That's pretty well known. HP is giving them a run for their money with the new Elite books, but as it stands, ThinkPads. Here's the thing: HP put the new premium collaboration keyboard in the new 13-inch and 14-inch 1000 series Elite books. That's the premium lineup, so they're expensive. Lenovo puts a great keyboard in all ThinkPads across the board, so you're going to get a premium typing experience on this. And when I say premium, I mean it's accurate. Accurate keyboards aren't always, you can't really take that for granted. I've used actually a couple of keyboards lately where, you get a double key press when you only hit it once, that type of thing. Too sensitive, not sensitive enough. These are comfortable, although you can see the keys are made out of different material. You could feel the difference than other ThinkPads, but it should still be great. And you got the track point here, the physical buttons above the clickable trackpad. Obviously the trackpad will use Microsoft Precision drivers. I've always liked these physical buttons up here because for drag and drop operations, it's really just easier to use this, and then you can even use the track point with it, which they're made to be used with the track point, obviously. Or you could just drag with the trackpad, which is actually pretty nice. The middle button is for scrolling, and we have the ThinkPad fingerprint sensor over here, which is optional. It doesn't come in the base model, but it's like $15 to add it on. I'm not a huge fan of the fingerprint sensors, but it's nice that we have it because there's no IR camera on here. There's also no ThinkShutter privacy guard, which is something that we've seen recently in ThinkPads where there's a hardware switch up here to block the camera. So, we're missing some of the newer features that we've seen in ThinkPads. The mechanical docking that made its debut last year. ThinkShutter made its debut last year. The IR camera also, depending on how it was implemented last year or this year. And those are just the options that you're going to get on. And that's obviously why it's priced lower. So it's meant to give you the key ThinkPad features that we all love, and they're great, but you're obviously making some sacrifices here. And it's clear what those sacrifices are. It's also a little heavier, it's a little thicker. It's not just a little heavier, it's almost 4 pounds. So, compare that to the very premium ThinkPad X1 Carbon, which is 2.4 pounds. But it even has a different logo on here. Wow. Rather than stamped, it's on there. Wow. Yeah, so this is aimed at small businesses. So obviously you're a small business, you don't have the big budget. So if you're gonna pass out a couple of these to your employees, this might be the one to go with because it's a good PC. It's a good laptop. It's not doesn't have the things that I often boast about with newer ThinkPads. Oh, that's fine. Because my favorite, like to me, the most important thing is the keyboard because I'm typing all day. The display might be nice. We'll see. And that's about it, guys. So I'll have a review on this in a few weeks. I'm Richard Neowin. Have a great night.